Welcome to the longest running quiz show in the area. Categories. High school students compete to answer questions on topics from art to science, history to current events. And now, here's your Categories host, John Bartell.
Hi, welcome to Categories. Today we're going to bring you a great game between two of the Blue Valley high schools as Blue Valley Tigers, coached by Adam Wade, are going to be taking on the Blue Valley North Mustangs, coached by Terry Sneathen. Let's go ahead and meet our competitors, first from Blue Valley.
Hi, my name is Joe. I'm a senior.
Hey, I'm Sid. I'm a junior.
Hi, I'm William, and I'm a senior.
I'm Arslan, and I'm a junior.
I'm Nathan, and I'm a senior.
And our competitors from North.
I'm Ganesh. I'm a senior.
I'm Chaitan. I'm also a senior.
I'm Jack. I'm a senior.
I'm Ryan. I'm a junior.
I'm Yifang, and I'm a senior.
All right, here in the first round of Categories, we will take turns answering questions. If a team responds correctly, they earn a point. If they respond incorrectly, the other team will get a chance to steal. We just did a coin toss, and it was won by the Tigers, so you get the first category, which is currency. In issuing a dollar bill, a $5 bill, or any other government bill, the engraved signatures of two office holders are necessary before it is legal tender. What are those two offices? Nathan.
Secretary of the Treasury and Treasurer of the United States.
Those are the two. Very good. Back to you, Mustangs, for general knowledge, specifically apparel. It is a generic name for a manufactured fiber composed of a long chain of synthetic polyurethane polymer. The material gives elasticity to such garments as girdles, socks, and hosiery. Name this fiber found in tight-fitting pants. Ryan?
Nylon?
It is not nylon. Tigers, chance to steal this apparel question. Joe?
Spandex.
It is spandex. Sticking with you, Tigers, with current events. What female vocalist was named Billboard's magazine Woman of the Year for her industry leadership, artistry, and philanthropy? Joe?
Adele.
It is not Adele. Mustangs, chance to steal this current events category. What female vocalist was named Billboard magazine's Woman of the Year for her industry leadership, artistry, and philanthropy? Ganesh?
Taylor Swift.
It's not Taylor Swift, it's Lady Gaga. She's got a heart for charity. All right, Mustangs, back to you. Science, specifically biology. Birds periodically lose and renew their feathers. What's the process of losing them called? Time on that. Tigers, chance to steal this science biology question. William.
Molting.
It is molting. Tigers, staying with you with mathematics. If you're selecting a 3-course meal from a menu that offers 4 appetizers, 7 entrees, and 3 desserts, how many different meals? Sid?
84.
84. 84 combinations. North, back to you with a vocabulary. What is the nautical term for the procedure of determining the depth of water? Jack?
Sonar.
It is not sonar. Tigers, chance to steal this vocabulary question. What is the nautical term for the procedure of determining the depth of water? It's called sounding. Sounding. Tigers, we are staying with you with literature for the category. What celebrated American poet wrote about his experiences in a hospital in hospital work during the Civil War? Nathan.
Walt Whitman.
Walt Whitman. North, back to you with sports. This is the Olympic creed. The most important thing in the Olympic Games is not to win, but to take part. Just as the most important thing in life is not the triumph, but the what? Ganesh?
Journey.
It is not the journey. Tigers, chance to steal this sports category. It's the Olympic creed, which states the most important thing in the Olympic Games is not to win, but to partake or take part. Just as the most important thing in life is not the triumph, but the what? Sid?
Experience.
It's not the experience, it's the struggle. Struggle. Tigers, coming back to you with ancient history for the category. Modern Greek scientists once carried out an experiment in which they did something with mirrors which tradition said that had been done by Archimedes in Syracuse about 212 BC. What is it that Archimedes was supposed to have done? Joe?
Set a ship on fire.
That's exactly right. Mustangs, coming back to you, U.S. history this time. Under the Constitution, it is possible for the president to grant a pardon to a person before he is convicted of a crime. What is the most prominent example of this fact? Ganesh?
Richard Nixon.
Yeah, Richard Nixon. Tigers, current events again is the category. Which U.S. cabinet-level department plans to shift about 50 workers into temporary jobs to assist the office sifting through Hillary Clinton's emails and tackling backlog of other requests for information to be declassified? Sid?
Homeland Security.
It is not Homeland Security. Mustangs, chance to steal this current events category. Which U.S. cabinet-level department shifted about 50 workers into temporary jobs to assist the office sifting through Hillary Clinton's emails and tackling a backlog of other requests for information to be declassified? Jack?
The FBI.
It is not the FBI. It was the State Department. The State Department. Mustangs, literature is your category. In 1828, this American published a mammoth 2-volume philological work, An American Dictionary of the English Language. Give me his full name. Ryan?
Noah Webster.
It is Noah Webster. Tigers, government is your category. The U.S. Vice President has only 2 constitutional duties. Name both of them. Mustangs, chance to steal this government category. The U.S. Vice President has only 2 constitutional duties. Name both of these duties. Ganesh.
To serve as a tiebreaker in the Senate and to fill in for the president when he dies.
Cannot accept that. The only 2 specified by the Constitution are cast the tie-breaking vote and preside over the Senate are the 2. We are coming back to you, North, with a mathematics question. What is the sum of the 2 acute angles of a right triangle? Ryan?
90 degrees.
90 degrees. Tigers, literary terms, specifically a spelling question of literary terms. Given the definition of the type of monologue in which the character expresses his thoughts or feelings, spell soliloquy. Sid?
SOLILOQUY.
That is soliloquy. Very good. Mustangs, U.S. history. Arranged these monumental Supreme Court cases in proper chronological order. Roe v. Wade, Marbury versus Madison, Brown versus Board of Education. Ganesh?
Marbury versus Madison, Brown versus the Brown case, and then the Roe versus Wade.
Yeah, we'll accept it. Very good. Tigers, general knowledge is your category. These 2 hounds, whose names begin with the same letter, are said by the AKC, or the American Kennel, I think, Kennel Club, to have the keenest sense of smell. Name these 2 dogs. Joe?
Bloodhound and Basset.
Those are the 2. Very good. Mustangs, world geography. This cathedral has ornaments, figurines, and gargoyles, but many of them are placed so high above the ground, it is said that only an angel can admire them. What is the name of this Paris cathedral? Chayton?
Notre Dame.
Notre Dame. Back to you, Tigers. Music. What popular song can be played on the piano using only 2 fingers? Joe.
Chopsticks.
It is chopsticks. Sometimes the obvious answer is the best one to go with. Mustangs, fine art, painting. How did Michelangelo master the anatomy of a human being for use in his paintings? Ganesh?
Dissecting dead bodies.
That's correct. Tigers, back to you. Science, zoology. Some animals can do amazing things. What familiar zoo animal can run faster than a horse, go without water longer than a camel, and can see the rear without turning its head? Joe.
A zebra.
It is not a zebra. Mustangs, chance to steal this zoology question. Some animals can do amazing things. What familiar zoo animal can run faster than a horse, go without water longer than a camel, and can see the rear without turning its head? Ganesh.
Giraffe.
It is a giraffe. Mustangs, literature is the category. Who is the subject of the book by Irving Stone named The Passions of the Mind? Ganesh?
Albert Einstein.
It is not Einstein. Tigers, chance to steal this literature question. Who is the subject of the book by Irving Stone called The Passions of the Mind? Joe.
Stephen Hawking.
It's not Stephen Hawking. It's Sigmund Freud. Sigmund Freud. Blue Valley, coming back to you again with history. Identify the region of the world to which the Eisenhower Doctrine was applied in 1957 and 1958. It's still a hot spot today. Joe.
The Middle East.
It is the Middle East. North, artists is your category. Which artist led the Barbizon School of Painters? Was it Theodore Rousseau, Edouard Manet, Marc Chagall, Henri Matisse, or Miguel Barbizon? Ganesh.
Miguel Barbizon.
It is not Miguel Barbizon. Tigers, chance to steal this artist category. Which artist led the Barbizon School of Painters? Was it Theodore Rousseau, Edouard Manet, Marc Chagall, Henri Matisse, or Miguel Barbizon? Nathan.
Matisse.
It was not Matisse. It was Rousseau. Rousseau. Blue Valley, you do have the next question. It is a drama, specifically playwrights. As he wished, this last play of Eugene O'Neill's was produced after his death. Give me the title. Nathan.
The Iceman Cometh.
I'm sorry, that is incorrect. Mustangs, you have a chance to steal this at the first half buzzer. Drama and playwrights is the category. As he wished, this last play of Eugene O'Neill's was produced after his death. Give me the title. Ganesh.
Wilderness.
No, that's a good guess, though. It's A Long Day's Journey into Night. All right, as we head into halftime here, we have a score of Blue Valley 10, Blue Valley North 7. At this part of our program, we are going to receive a campus update from each school. And it looks like, Joe, you're giving us the update from the Tigers. So what's happening at Blue Valley High?
Well, first and foremost, our girls bowling team has really gotten rolling this year under the leadership of Mark Mosier, who's been doing a great job here for years. Our boys basketball team is doing great things under the coaching of Dwight Williams, and then our wrestling team is again doing fantastically under the leadership of Kale Mann. They're all great people. We like them so much. And then our charitable event, Relay for Life, is coming up in a couple months.
All right, fantastic. All right, and Blue Valley North, Ryan, you are giving us the update for the Mustangs. What's happening over there?
So the marching band got back from London, where they performed in the London New Year's Day Parade. And we put on our fall play, An Absolute Turkey at Kansas State DramaCon. And then our robotics season has just started for the Blue Valley School District. And not much has really happened this year so far.
It all kind of pales in comparison to the band trip, I think, right? Yeah, that's a pretty big deal. All right, good stuff happening at both schools. And Joe, I liked how those bowling jokes seemed like be really up your alley on that one. Yeah, you're welcome. All right, as we head into the second part of our game, it is our lightning round, and as tradition here on Categories, we will start with our look and listen question. And our look and listen question is worth 2 points. We have a monitor here in the studio for our contestants as we will be displaying whatever images for you at home on your screen. And just a reminder to the contestants that once someone rings in, we cannot stop and rewind the video. We have to proceed from that point forward. So here we go. Here is our look and listen question. Give me the name of this architectural style. Sid.
Gothic.
I cannot accept Gothic. Blue Valley North, your chance to steal. Give me the name of this architectural style. Yvonne?
Modern?
No, we're not looking for modern. We're looking for Art Deco style. Art Deco style. As we head into the remaining of our lightning round, questions are placed on the floor for either team to answer. If a team responds correctly, of course, they earn a point. If they respond incorrectly, the other team still gets a chance to steal the category. So both teams, here we go. The first category is economics. Fairly long question, so please be patient. Even in a perfect economy, some members of the labor force will turn out to be unemployed whenever the statistics are collected. People are shifting from one job to another or changing careers. And people just coming into the labor force and beginning to look for work will also be counted. What do economists call this phenomenon? Ryan.
Natural unemployment?
It is not natural unemployment. Tigers, chance to steal this economics question. Same question as before. Even in a perfect economy, some members of the labor force will turn out to be unemployed whenever the statistics are collected. People shifting from one job to another or changing careers, and people just coming into the labor force and beginning to look for work. What do economists call this phenomenon? Joe.
Cyclical unemployment?
That's also a good guess. It's frictional unemployment. Technology for both teams. Name the first large electronic digital computer designed by John W. Mauchly and J. Presper Eckert and completed in 1945. It's the ENIAC, Electronic Numerical Integrator and Calculator. Science, specifically biology, when we talk about microscopic animals, we usually mean unicellular animals, which consist of a single cell containing many specialized organs known to biologists as what? William.
Ribosomes.
I cannot accept ribosomes. Mustangs, chance to steal this biology question. When we talk about microscopic animals, we usually mean unicellular animals, which consist of a single cell containing many specialized organs known to biologists as what? Ganesh.
Prokaryotes?
Not prokaryotes. We're looking for organelles. Organelles. Shakespeare for both teams. If Sir John Falstaff were technically minded, he may have said this: rational self-concern constitutes the superior component of a stout-heartedness. In Shakespeare's more concise language, what did Falstaff say? Discretion is the better part of valor. Sports for both teams. When Babe Ruth was making about $80,000 a year, reporters asked the slugger about the fact he was making more money than President Hoover. What was the Bambino's reply? Joe.
I'm working harder too.
I'm sorry, I cannot accept that. Mustangs, chance to steal this sports question. When Babe Ruth was making $80,000 a year, reporters asked the slugger about the fact he was making more money than President Hoover. What was the Bambino's reply? His reply was, well, I had a better year. Presidential history. Only days after the British burned the White House in 1814, President Madison named him Secretary of War. He was already serving as Secretary of State. He later served 2 terms as U.S. President. Who was he? Nathan.
James Monroe.
James Monroe. Language, vocabulary. To which discipline would the word histrionic best be applied? History, theater, psychology, or science fiction? Nathan.
Theater.
Theater. Very good. With that correct answer, you've opened up a bit of a lead. Blue Valley 12, Blue Valley North 7. Children's literature is the next category. In Alice's Adventures in Wonderland by Lewis Carroll, Alice gets to Wonderland by falling specifically through what? Ganesh.
A rabbit hole.
A rabbit hole. For both teams, we have a chemistry question. What do we call the branch of chemistry that applies the laws of definite proportions? William.
Stoichiometry.
Stoichiometry, very good. Current events for both teams. Red Cross organizations condemned an attack in what Himalayan nation by anti-government protesters during unrest over a proposed new constitution? Jack.
Tibet.
It is not Tibet. Tigers, chance to steal this current events question. Joe?
Nepal.
It is Nepal. Music for both teams. The national anthems of which 2 nations are used as themes in Tchaikovsky's 1812 overture? Nathan.
Russian and French.
Those are the 2. Very good. U.S. geography for both teams. Name either one of the 2 states that produce the greatest number of Christmas trees. Joe.
Oregon.
Oregon. Michigan being the other. U.S. geography again for both teams. What scenic wonder is north of Flagstaff and east of Las Vegas? Nathan.
Grand Canyon.
It is the Grand Canyon. General knowledge for both teams. With what explorer do you associate the legend of Rip Van Winkle? Ganesh?
Henry Hudson.
Henry Hudson, very good. World history for both teams. Which numbered Napoleon and which numbered King Louis never ruled France? Ganesh?
The 3rd.
Cannot accept that. Tigers, chance to steal this world history question. Which numbered Napoleon and which numbered King Louis never ruled France? Sid?
The 2nd. And the 11th.
The 2nd is correct, but we also needed Louis the 17th. So cannot accept that. Right, mathematics is the next question. Fairly complicated and long question. A gear with 54 teeth has an arrow aligned with a second arrow on a gear with 24 teeth. The first gear turns at a rate of 1 revolution per minute and interlocks with the second. How long does it take the 2 arrows to return simultaneously to the starting positions? Scratch paper probably would have been handy on that one. 4 minutes. 4 minutes. Vocabulary for which team? Or for both teams, excuse me, for both teams. Which of the following words is the opposite of the adjective skeptical? Is it cryptic, credulous, discursive, or eminent? William.
Credulous.
It is credulous. Spelling for both teams. Giving the definition first, meaning an inflammation of the skin characterized by reddening and itching and the formation of scaly or crusty patches that may leak fluid. Eczema was the winning word from the 1965 spelling bee. How do you spell eczema? William.
E-C-Z-E-M-A.
That is eczema. Very good. Sorry for the graphic description. Literature for both teams. Robinson Crusoe takes place on an island off the coast of what continent? Ganesh.
South America.
South America, very good. Sports. What does the rider do with a derailleur on a 10-speed bicycle? Joe.
Rechains it.
I cannot accept that, sorry. Mustangs, chance to steal the sports category. What does the rider do with a derailleur on a 10-speed bicycle? Yvonne.
Slow down.
Cannot accept slow down. They shift gears. They shift gears with the derailleur. Meteorology for both teams. Early mercury barometers indicated that the average pressure at sea level was about 30 inches of mercury. In 1939, however, the Weather Service adopted what new unit of measurement divided into thousands based on the average sea level height of 29.53 inches? William.
Meters?
Cannot accept meters. Mustangs, chance to steal this meteorology question. Early mercury barometers indicated that the average pressure at sea level was about 30 inches of mercury. In 1939, however, the Weather Service adopted what new unit of measurement divided into thousands based on the average sea level height of 29.53 inches? Ryan.
The bar?
I'm sorry, I cannot accept that. I needed to have millibar on that one, millibar. Famous quotations, starting off with the quote here, "If the ocean dies, mankind will die soon after." Who said it? Nathan.
Jacques Cousteau.
It is Jacques Cousteau. World geography. Now a special administrative region of China, its legal system is based on Portuguese civil law. What's it called? Yvonne.
Macau.
Macau. Entertainment for both teams. Humphrey Bogart, Jimmy Stewart, and Henry Fonda all won Oscars when starring with which actress? Joe.
Audrey Hepburn.
I'm sorry, I cannot accept that. Mustangs, chance to steal this entertainment question. Humphrey Bogart, Jimmy Stewart, and Henry Fonda all won Oscars when starring with which actress? It was Katharine Hepburn. Katharine Hepburn. Health, medicine for both teams. Extracted by spinal tap, CSF, can be tested to diagnose cancer, multiple sclerosis, and meningitis. What is Sid?
Cerebrospinal fluid.
That is CSF. That's exactly what we're looking for. World history for both teams. Within 10 years, give the date of when Britain's King Charles I was executed at Whitehall Palace on January 30th. Nathan.
1640.
That is correct. 1649 was the actual, but you're within 10. World geography. One of Africa's richest countries and one of its poorest are both named for what river? Sid.
The Niger.
It is the Niger River. Very good. And with that siren, that does denote the end of our game with a final score of Blue Valley 23 and Blue Valley North 11. As we finish up the program, I'd like to thank you for joining us and join us again next time as we will continue to bring you the best and brightest minds of high school students all throughout Johnson County.